Oh my god, let's try something.
See what happened on TV
Oh
last
yeah,
night?
I always watch.
Oh my god.
It's so fun. It was so
Yeah,
good.
I watched that.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's Twin Talk. I'm Stevie.
I'm Talena.
Oh my god. I did
okay,
that
it's
backwards because I'm so
semifinals.
excited. Oh my
I
god.
know, it's okay.
Talena, there's never been an episode that I wish that we could have watched together more.
Stevie, I fucking know.
Oh my
When I tell
God.
you at the end when I was
Teal.
screaming.
I was screaming at the TV.
I have never, and it was so funny because during the episode, I was like thinking, for some reason, I thought back to the time that Caitlin Bristow won and Jason, her fiance at the time,
Mhm.
put a video on Instagram, like showing his reaction. And he was, when she won or whatever, she was jumping up and down for joy. And like, I don't know, I feel like when people win that we like or whatever, we get excited and, but I don't feel like we've actively necessarily screamed and yelled and hugged and jumped on each other. So
Yeah.
I was literally thinking about that during the show. And then girl, that all fucking changed. There's a first time for everything because once that finale hit, which we'll get to at the end, oh my gosh, Brady and I we were on the edge of our seat. We were crying. We were screaming. We
I
were
was
like
screaming at the TV. Screaming at the TV.
Yep.
Oh my god, I really wish we could have watched it together because that was just wild. But
Good
let's start
TV,
from the
man.
top.
Yep.
Good TV, right? Let's
Yep.
start from the top. And I was actually, it's so crazy that you say that because I loved the beginning package. Because when they get to the semifinals, they do like the dramatic, like this is their story and this is where they came from and this is what the judges say. And I just love whoever is editing these packages.
Yeah.
And so I looked it up and it's actually a team. Obviously, it's not just one person.
Yeah.
I always think it's like one person because it's always like you and me.
Yeah.
Even at work, it's like me and Langley. You know what I mean? Like it's like two people running an entire fucking empire. So
yeah.
it's like, sometimes I forget that, oh, you can have teams and that makes everything so much better.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to give kudos to those people who put it together because like I just loved the package. I felt like it flowed. I felt like the moments they picked were really dramatic and fun and it just like it was nice. So I really like that. So
it was drama, but not too much
drama. Yeah, I loved it. I loved it. It wasn't so because I love drama, but I don't like sap. Ugh, God.
Yeah.
Don't make it fucking sappy. So yeah, it's the semifinals. And everybody had to do 2 full-length dances, about 3 minutes each for each dance. One Latin,
Finally.
one ballroom, finally. And even I think Julianne said it in an Instagram post. She was like, "This is the first time in a really long time that we're just getting to double dances."
Yeah.
Because remember last week I was like, "Why haven't we done a double dance yet?"
Yeah.
That's weird. But there was too many people to do a double dance because now they used to keep it at 4 people in the finale. And before that, there was always a double elimination. So there was less people during this week anyway. Just, So, so things have changed, but not for the worse. It's just a change. But we started with 14 stars and there's 5 remaining at this episode, right? So let's get into first round, Teal.
So Ariana and Pasha went first. Ariana and Pasha have not gone first. And like, I do feel like maybe Ariana's nerves got to her a little bit.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
I liked the song, but for some reason I didn't like the song for
the jive.
The jive.
That's what I said. I said I did not like that song for the jive.
Like she was amazing, but there was maybe and I said I was like I wrote down I said maybe there was a few moments that she looked like she was in pain ? And then Carrie Ann asked Ariana, she's like, "What's your injuries?" And she said, "Your back." And then she was like, "That makes perfect sense because of the way you're moving, like you're not fully extending or something." And so, but I mean, I can't fault her. Ariana is amazing, but there was something about the dance that just didn't totally click in for me. Like the seatbelt was almost buckled, but it just needed that final push.
Yeah, I feel you. I felt a lot of it was the choreo. Like Pasha is hit or miss, man. Sometimes his stuff is amazing, and sometimes I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? So I think between a mixture of that song just not being right for the jive, and then the
Mhm.
choreo just feeling like very basic, very like these are jive steps that we've mushed together instead of like creating a jive dance.
I just think jive isn't Pasha's strong suit.
I agree.
Because like he's so amazing and like I'm struggling so hard between wanting Ariana to win and Sochi to win because I think maybe Sochi I don't know maybe deserves it a little bit more just based on her dances tonight
Uh-huh.
but both her dances combined compared to Ariana's first dance and Ariana's second dance but I really want Pasha to win but you know what like we'll see who makes it to the finals.
Yep. All right,
So
sounds great. Yeah.
so basically what I'm trying to say is the choreography almost seemed too kiddish and too easy for Ariana.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It felt like very basic. It felt like here are the jive steps, and you
Mhm.
do this jive step, and then this jive step, and then just jive step, instead of choreographing the jive into art.
Yeah, it didn't feel interesting.
It didn't feel
But she got
interesting. It felt
a
basic.
9, 9, 10, so she
Yep.
still has really good scores.
Yeah, still really
Um,
good scores.
yeah.
Next was Jason and Daniela with a Vietnamese waltz to his very own song, I Won't Give Up.
I
Um,
did not know he sang that song
oh, you didn't
slash
know he sang that song?
I don't know why I didn't know he sang that song.
Oh,
And
but you know that song.
oh, yeah, I know that song. I
Yeah.
think it's a great song. Um, but I guess I didn't realize he sang it. Jason Mraz is kind of one of those people that just flies under the radar, and then I'm like, "Oh, he sang that?" But
Yeah, you know a lot
I
more
was
than you think you do.
right, exactly. And I loved the song and dance, but he didn't connect his moments, and I think Derek said it the best. Derek took the words I wanted to say right out of my mouth because I couldn't formulate it. And
Mhm.
he said, it seemed like you were plucking a guitar instead of strumming
Strumming the
a guitar.
guitar.
And I was like, yes, that's exactly what his movements looked like.
Yeah.
If he would have just connected them, that dance would have been amazing. But I mean, Jason's Jason does a great job, but I don't want to say his technique has fallen to the wayside, but he did feel almost like a little stompy, maybe.
Yeah, I don't think the graceful dances, the graceful, like, ballroom dances are really his forte. He
He always
definitely
did better
like,
at the Latin
he
dances.
always did better at the Latin dances or, like, the quick, sort of, flicky dances. First of all, I felt like it was a lot shorter than Ariana's song. Like, it just
Hmm.
felt shorter. Ariana's song felt so long, and this felt short. His entire package was about him getting dizzy during spins and learning to spot. We're getting into, like, sort of like last week, we're getting into, what's holding them back, and how they can move
Right.
forward. To me, his shoulders felt a little bit stiff, actually.
Yeah, I could see
But
that.
but the judges said he had perfect form, so maybe I was just seeing things. I don't know. But I agree with Carrie Ann. She said it felt guarded, and I agree. I felt like it felt really guarded. He got straight nines. Um, Deserved. We're just being picky because it is semifinals.
Yeah, no, because Jason's a great dancer. We're being nitpicky at this point because just like the judges, we know that they can do it. So
Correct.
if you can give so much more and you can just challenge yourself to be better than you already are, like why not do that, especially when you have one episode left
Hmm.
and lay it out all out on the floor.
Yeah,
And I cannot wait
agree.
to get to Jason's second dance.
I know. I know. Me too. All right. So next is Sochi and Val. They did a samba to the song Samba. Um,
Yeah.
it was so cute. Uh, I obviously loved it. It had lots of content. I mean, it's a hard dance when Val is sweating his balls off. Like he was drenched in sweat by the
The
end of that
samba's hard.
dance.
What's so hard about the samba is is it's not my favorite dance, so it's hard for the samba, it doesn't matter how good it is, it's never gonna be
Your favorite style.
my favorite
Yeah.
style, and so even though the choreography was perfect and Sochi was perfect and everything was perfect about it, it's just not my favorite dance
I see what you're saying.
because it was flawless, but The Samba's,
I
I don't know.
actually
There's
thought
just,
she looked a tad scared. Like she killed it.
oh,
Especially
really?
like when she went through his legs at the end and she was like, "Pa!" Like she
Yeah,
looked
I can see what you're
awesome,
saying.
but there was just a few moments, maybe it was just camera angles or something where I was like, "Is she scared?"
Oh my gosh, speaking of scared, I'm sorry, but we have to rewind real quick to, oh wait, we haven't got there yet. Never mind.
Okay.
Sorry.
Who was the kid in the beginning?
I Stevie, I have no
I was
idea.
like,
Brady
"What's
and I looked at
happening?"
each other like, what is
What's
this?
happening? Okay, I was like, "Am I missing something? Like, is this something very obvious that I'm not aware of?" And I
No, I have no idea who that kid was. I think maybe it was just
a kid
somebody in,
in the audience.
yeah, in the audience, like, you can do this when you grow up too. Wish.
Okay. Good on you,
But
Val.
she
Good
got
on
a
you.
perfect 10. I mean, I guess I can kind of see where you're coming from in the little parts where she looks scared, but I mean, at the end of the day, Sochi can fucking
Oh,
dance.
she can bitch can dance. She can
She
dance.
can dance.
Yeah.
I almost wish that I could have seen Sochi go against like JoJo Siwa and that group of that
I
because
agree.
that season was
Charlie.
freaking, yeah, JoJo Siwa, Charlie, like I would love if they did Stevie. I would love if they did like a 4-week intensive like they did with the athletics
Yeah.
and maybe did like something fun like all all famous pop, you know how they did Taylor Night except for
Yeah.
not Taylor Night, like they did Britney Spears, Madonna Night, shared
They
like they
Whitney,
did
Whitney Houston.
like how they did that,
Yeah.
but like more of like maybe like a 90s
A Kaiko
pop
night. A
group. Oh my
90s
gosh,
night.
or something like that.
Yeah.
And they did like an intensive and they had all of those amazing dancers back to compete against each other because I feel like if those people competed against each other, the sky
Is the fucking
doesn't even
limit.
exist as a
Yeah.
line. Like the fucking space is the limit. Like fucking
Yeah.
Pluto is the limit because those people would not only would the choreographers and the pros
Be able to
challenge each
really
other against
challenge.
the other
Yeah.
pros,
Yep.
but they can challenge themselves. And that season, I'm getting chill bumps thinking about it. Dancing with the Stars, fucking make it happen because it because I really do like, for instance, with like Allison. I love watching Allison's growth. Is she the best dancer? Should she really be technically wise in the semifinals? Probably not. But I am so happy she's here because I can see the hard work she's put in
Correct.
and how much she cares and how much she wants to be here and her dedication. And she's not just clinging to her fans' votes. Like she's doing this for herself and for, I
Yeah.
just love watching that progress. But then sometimes you just want to see some fucking badass
Best
dances.
dances. Yeah. And I
So
love when, well, that's one of the things that I love about Val and Sochi is Val doesn't have to worry about Sochi. Like
yeah,
he's it like yes, they're dancing together and they're dancing with each other, but he's allowed to just fully break out and like dance full out within himself
yeah,
and not have to worry about like, okay, is she on the right count? 5, 6, 7, 8, go, go.
yeah,
Okay, you're doing it. Yeah, good job. Keep going. And yeah, you know what I mean? Like he can just be in it to win it. And like he knows that Sochi is gonna be right in step with him.
yeah.
And that's one of the things that I mean, like when we saw Lindsay Arnold really bust through, like she had to push herself, even the judges said this in her season when she was with
Jordan Fisher.
Jordan Fisher, and Jordan Fisher was so good that she had to grow as a choreographer, and
Mhm.
she did. Like, she's always been a good choreographer, but she really grew as a choreographer and as a teacher in that season because she had no choice.
Yeah,
So, it's like things like that. Like, I agree. Like, if we did an all-star season where everybody was already a good dancer because, they've won, and not that everybody who's won has been like them an amazing dancer, but you know what I'm saying? If we picked, fan favorites and they really competed against each other,
yeah.
we would see some
Like the
amazing
people with the
dancers.
top scoring, the way not even has to be the winner, just like the top scores of the season or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, like
So
did Lindsay Sterling win with Mark
she
Ballas?
didn't. She didn't.
See? But she was freaking amazing.
Yeah, exactly.
Like stuff like that.
I
So
agree.
anyway,
Um,
moving on. Charity, they get straight tens.
yeah.
Charity and Artem went next. They did a rumba to Love the Way You Lie. Um, first, before we even get into the dance, I just want to say I hate that Artem does this. He's always passively like putting his partners down.
Oh my gosh, I know.
He's so mean, like,
He always
but in
does
a
that.
passive way. And with all of his partners, he's like, Charity's not an actress or a singer. And it's like, okay, yeah, those things are true. But it's the way, it's like his tone. I
Yeah,
don't know. There's just something so, I don't like him as a person.
yeah, I see what
Ugh.
you're saying, because when he said that, I was like, if I was Charity, I would be like, yeah, I know I'm not those things, but and I mean,
It's
I
the way
guess
he says
Charity
them.
went along with it, and she
She
was
did.
like, yeah, I'm not this, I'm not this. So, maybe it's just
Maybe it's
maybe
a language thing. Like, I don't,
yeah.
maybe, I don't know.
I don't know. There is something weird about it, and it does make me a little uncomfortable. Um,
Yeah.
but Sasha kind of did that to Allison too. He
Yeah,
was
but
like, you're not a dancer.
Sasha has Sasha has a tone that's forgivable. There's just something about Artem that like I I just know in real life like we wouldn't mesh.
Yeah, yeah, I know what you mean.
You know what I mean?
I
But
feel you. She
going
did a
into
Roomba.
she did a Roomba. First of all, I loved that song. Like
Oh, I
that
said I
wasn't I
loved.
mean, yeah. I loved the way the song was. I actually really liked the choreo. Like usually I'm hit or miss with Artem's choreo. I
Yeah,
really liked this choreo. I thought it was good. But guess what?
she's still missing from the face.
She's still missing the emotion.
And yeah, because I said I loved the dance. Rumba's one of my favorites,
Yeah.
and I loved the choreography. I loved their like pale, kind of like purpley
Mhm.
outfits. Like I love those pale colors, but I was like, there's still something missing from her face. And the Carrie Ann and Bruno didn't think so. Derek thought so.
Yep.
Derek was like, there's still something missing. But it was weird because even when she was crying, there were no tears.
Yeah, she just I
There's just I don't know, like, and I feel bad because I don't feel like she can help what her face looks like.
yeah, I mean she's
But
beautiful. It has nothing to do with that, but like there's still a wall up. There's still some sort
but
of barrier.
yeah, but I just feel like the way her I'm not saying she's not beautiful. She's beautiful. And when she smiles, like she has a great cheerleader, you know, dance cheer,
Yeah.
smile that's like perfect for being a Dallas Cowboys cheerleader or
Yeah.
whatever she was. But when it comes to emoting, I just feel like I don't know how to say it. I feel like her face isn't structured for emoting.
Yeah. Okay, I see what you're saying.
I don't know because even when she was crying, I'm like, it doesn't even look like your sadness does not look like the universal sadness to me.
I see what you're
If that makes
saying.
sense. I never
Yeah,
know what's
no,
behind her eyes.
yeah. No, I understand. I agreed with Derek. I felt like the emotion still wasn't all the way there.
Yeah.
Technically gorgeous. Yes, of
Oh
course.
yeah.
She's technically a beautiful dancer, but we know that. This is
Yeah.
semifinals. You've got to give us something more. She
Yeah.
didn't, in my opinion.
I agree.
So she got a 10 from Carrie Ann, a 10 from Bruno, but Derek gave her a 9, and that's what it is.
That's
Talena,
what it is. What?
Mark and Charlie are coming back to do a dance next week.
Shut the fuck up.
I'm
Shut the
so
fuck up.
yep. You didn't hear them say that?
No.
Yeah, they said it twice. Mark and Charlie are coming back to do a dance next week for the finals.
Stevie.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Stevie.
fucking good.
Steven.
I'm so excited.
It's gonna be so good because how long have they had to work on this? I mean, not that
Well,
they
I
need
mean,
long, but
yeah,
because
I
they're
don't know.
amazing, but like
Yeah,
it's not like they're time constraint or oh my god, this is gonna be so freaking good.
I know. I'm really freaking excited.
I
I'm really
love
excited.
Mark and Charlie's obviously amazing, but like I never thought I'd get to see Mark dance again on Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he's gonna mark off Dancing with the Stars completely. Like, I think he'll come back for, little tribute. Like he was there for the tribute for Len Goodman.
Yeah, yeah.
Like stuff like that. But I mean, I would be very surprised if we ever got Mark back as a
A ball
pro,
pro, yeah.
which sucks because I mean he is the superior. He's the
Yeah,
superior. But
yeah.
I'll take little bits of him here and there where I can.
Oh yeah,
So yeah,
definitely.
I'm excited.
Also as a side note, I did hear that Carrie Ann is one of the top 40 influential women of the year.
Yeah, yeah, she won
Yeah.
that. Well, I
So
mean, got on the
she's in it.
list. Yeah, she's
Yeah.
in it. Yeah.
For
All right. So last in this first round, was
Mhm.
Allison and Sasha. They did a jive to Footloose. I was feeling all the feels during her package. Like, I'm like, why am I crying right now? Like, Allison's
Yeah.
just so
There's
she
just
even
something about her.
she just
She's just America's
exudes
sweetheart.
yeah, she just exudes sweetheartness.
Yeah.
Talena, did you see the disco ball cowboy boot?
Stevie, I literally have it in my notes. The disco
Disco
ball boot.
cowboy boot.
Um,
Oh my god,
so
yes,
cute. I
I
mean,
love
more
that.
money than brains, man. I love it.
I know.
And but unfortunately, that's not a semifinals dance.
No, it
But
wasn't. She
you
was
know what?
very stompy on her feet.
She was so stompy, but she was so cute, and she kept on. She messed up kind of, and she just kept on going with a big ass smile on her face that was sincere. And
But
that
you know what?
freaking drop that
Oh, I
she
know.
did,
Yeah. Yeah, that
Brady
was
and I
cool.
rewound it back, and we were like, we have to watch that again.
No, I mean, listen, she got through it. There was a couple of mess ups. She was really stomping on her feet. There was a lot of repeated choreography, unfortunately, and
Yeah,
maybe it wouldn't have been as noticed, but they literally did a lot of that choreography last week.
yeah.
So, that sort of sucks. But also, I just don't think Allison realizes there was a Footloose remake that Julianne Hough was in. She was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
wow, were you a baby during Footloose? And I mean, like, yeah, she was young. Like, Footloose, that remake came out like 10 years ago. But I don't know, there was just something about it that I'm like, I don't think Allison realizes that there's a
Yeah,
remake of Footloose that Julianne Hough started.
right. Yeah, it's so
I
funny.
just thought it was
But
funny, but
my thing is Carrie Ann gave her a 9, and that dance, I'm sorry, did not deserve a 9. Not when you're giving Ariana a 9
no, I agree.
and Jason a 9. Like, that just seems no. If anything, unfortunately, that was kind of a 7 dance for the semifinals.
Oh, it was straight sevens.
But I would have, probably given
It
them
was straight
8s
eights.
just to whatever. But for
Yeah.
Carrie Ann to give her a 9, like Carrie Ann has kind of actually been a little unhinged this season with her scoring.
Yeah. I agree.
So
I agree.
I don't know.
But Talena,
Yeah,
the pros did a dance next.
Mandy Moore choreographed it. It was so good.
Teal, why is Emma looking so fucking sexy?
Girl,
She
I
looked
don't fucking know. She
good.
looked good. She was
looked
so hot. That's what
good.
Brady and I were like, how is she hot, sexy, cute, sweet? How is she everything?
Talena, I'm obsessed with that dance.
Stevie, it was so good. It was like simple kind of, but not really. With
But
the wind was blowing in
blowing
her
in her
hair, and
hair
she looked
and
so
her
good, and she
feet never
controlled
touched the fucking ground.
seriously. Like
Ah!
it was just so
It was
good.
so good. I cannot wait to watch that dance again. Like, I have no fucking words. I loved that dance.
Something I love about Mandy Moore too is that sometimes like you forget that simplicity goes a long way, and like Mandy shows that.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Even though I'm sure the dance was hard, but they make it look simple. But like, it was just it was fucking awesome.
Yeah,
It
it
was
was so
awesome.
cool. The
Yeah.
videography was awesome. That was a great fucking dance.
Yeah.
I can't wait to watch it again. All right, so round 2. Now we're into second dances. Jason and Daniela went first in round 2. They did a paso doble. It was perfect. I loved
Stevie.
it.
Jason literally left it on the floor like
He
it was
did.
his last dance in the world.
Yep.
He was so fierce. I loved the choreography.
The choreo was so fun. Yeah.
There were like, especially towards the end, I felt like maybe he was getting a little tired, and like when
Well,
he
yeah,
did
like
that
even with
floor
his
spin,
claps, like the claps need to be up here, and it felt like they were like sort of down here, but
yeah,
whatever.
and it felt like maybe a little clumsy, but like it was just wild. Like once again, that just goes to show that sometimes technique is important, obviously.
Of course.
But this is what Charity's problem is Charity has the technique.
Yeah.
Charity is mostly flawless technique wise, but I don't care about that if you have no soul.
Yeah.
And Jason gave it.
Yeah, he did.
He
did.
just fucking went for it, and he got straight 10s, and I'm sorry, they were well deserved because it was. I felt his energy coming out of the TV, and that is rare.
Yeah, he got straight
That is
10s.
rare.
I mean, it was good. It was really good.
So good.
Next was Sochi and Val. They did a waltz to La Vie en Rose. First of all, I just have to say this. Paco loves that song, like the original song. He didn't know Lady Gaga sang it, but he came running down the stairs and he's like, "I love this song." And I was like, "Yeah, they're doing the Dancing with the Stars," and he watched the dance, and it was just so sweet.
Did he like it?
He doesn't give a fuck about the dancing. He doesn't know anything, but he was just like, "I love this song." It's just so funny. It's just so funny. But it was so sweet because Derek was crying and he was like, "Len would have loved that." I'm gonna cry.
I cried. I was like, why did I tear up at the end when she did the roses? I mean, the dance was so beautiful, just full of content. And like Derek said, Len Goodman would have loved it.
Yeah. It was perfect. Straight tens.
Yeah.
It was, I can't wait to watch it again.
Oh yeah. I want to watch all these dances again.
What I love about Sochi's waltzes is that it's elegant, but it still has this like air of youthfulness to it. And I think Val even said that he wanted to like celebrate her being a kid and being so powerful in her her youngness and stuff like that. And I think that he did that.
I like that they've never made her out to be this like sexy
but
like
she
they're not trying
sexy,
to like
but like
they're not
objectifying.
They're not sexual. Yeah, exactly. Which I really appreciate. And that's something that I like about Dancing with the Stars because I don't really think they have done, I can't really think of a time they have done that.
With the younger
kids. I don't think. So, yeah, I like that.
Yeah. Next was Charity and Artem. They did a quick step. The song was fun for the quick step. I actually really liked the song for the quick step. There was a ton of content and there was some fun choreography. I love the pink and the red. Like that's my favorite color scheme. Like that pink and red with some orange. Like I love that color scheme. But once again, it still feels forced and it's not fully there. And this one's a little easier to get behind because it is very like,
well, that's what I said I think the quick step, if Charity is I think Charity's best dance is the quick step because it lends to that kind of like like the way her face naturally goes, I guess, while she's performing. And the quick step is so precise and she's so amazing at precise. So I think honestly this was probably her overall best dance for technique, for performance, for all of that, just because I don't know. I don't care to watch Charity be sexy. Like I don't care to watch you know what I mean? Like because she just doesn't.
Well, I also think that this says a lot about Artem as a teacher too, because when she was like, how do I smile through this whole thing? He had a very technical answer. He was like, you get on the treadmill, you breathe through your nose, and you smile as you run. And like, yes, that's how you practice that, but he didn't offer any advice on how to just do it naturally, on how to how to emote. And I don't think Artem knows how to emote. So like it makes sense.
I don't think so either because when I watch Artem perform, I don't get the emotion that I want from him. Maybe some people do, but like that's one of the reasons why he's not one of my favorite pros is because when I watch him perform, he's technically amazing.
Yeah.
I don't feel anything from him like I do from other people.
Yeah, I just don't think that he's good at emoting either. So it makes sense that Charity's never grown into that, which is her weakest component about her dancing is her emoting. Because Artem can't fucking emote. So it makes sense. I mean, they got straight tens. I did like it, but that's how I feel about it.
Yeah.
Just so next week is Redemption Dance, but thank God they're doing a brand new dance. It's not a repeat dance. I hate when they do that. I don't want to see a dance we've already done. I want to see a brand new dance. So they're doing a Redemption Dance, new routine, and then they have the freestyle.
Freestyles are the best.
I'm so excited. So next was Allison and Sasha. They did a Waltz to Come Away With Me. I love this song by Norah Jones.
I loved the background, the clouds, the fog. I loved it. I thought it was a beautiful dance. I feel like the beginning was maybe a little shaky for Allison, and then she kind of got into it. once it got to the floor and towards the end. But and also show she got an 8 and 2 9s. But I'm sorry, you can't give her Jive a 9 and then give this waltz that was 10 times better for her.
Yeah, Carrie Ann
an
was all over
8.
the place. That was weird. That was freaking weird. I mean, I
Carrie
thought it
Ann's
was
just
sweet, it was
unhinged.
nice. She was unhinged this season. She hit every move. She still feels really stiff in the arms. And for a second there, I was like, breathe, girl. You gotta breathe. It felt like she was
But you
holding her
could tell
breath.
of her emotions because she, you know, she probably is like, I'm going home tonight. I'm the weakest link. And it just made me, she was just like, I'm gonna cry. She was just like, oh my gosh, you know, if this is my last dance with you, Sasha, like I'm happy because, you know, I feel like it was so beautiful and blah 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 blah. And if, you know, if it was her last dance, then I would be happy with that too, because she really has come so far, and I really love her and Sasha's partnership. And, you know, I was just really proud of her, and I'm mad at myself for, you know, being so harsh towards the beginning, because I've
She
loved
really
to
has come a long way.
she has come a long way. And now if there was like 3 people in the finale that were like Allison, it's like, okay, I don't want to see all your journeys. Like I want to see some good dancing too.
Yeah.
But like it is nice. It is nice to have an underdog get into that has worked so hard and has improved. Not like Bobby Bones, even though I loved Sharna, Bobby Bones, I felt like he wanted it, I guess, but I don't know, there's something about Allison that just makes me really believe that she is so happy and so grateful and really putting in the work to be there.
Talena, I know she's putting in the work because she her body has transformed.
Oh, yeah.
Like she has toned up so much. She's obviously lost weight, and like that doesn't happen unless you are fucking sweating and you are putting in the work.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like she looked great before, but like she looks good. And even in the package, because those packages where they do Allison and Sasha are going to be performing and they do the little spin and the pa or whatever it is, like she's had to have lost 20 pounds.
Yeah.
Like,
and she's already tiny.
Like, so I know she's putting in the work because her body has transformed.
Yeah, I agree.
So I'm proud of her. I'm proud of her.
Me too.
Last but not least was Ariana and Pasha. They did a foxtrot to Deep in Love.
I loved it.
It was perfection. That little skip section they did was so fucking cute. I loved that song for the foxtrot. I mean, I love that song, but I loved that song for the foxtrot.
It was the perfect song for the foxtrot. She was just, I don't know, it was so fucking beautiful. The way her dress moved, the way her body moved, the choreo, the elegance, the fluidity, the background, the simple set. I loved it. Like
I did too.
It was a great dance to end on. And you know, Ariana kind of had it hard this week. She was first out of the gate, which is nerve-wracking, and she has the final dance, which people are like left with, and so that's nerve-wracking too. But she obviously got straight 10s, because why wouldn't she? And I think that's her first fucking perfect score of the season, which is crazy.
Yeah, it was crazy to me. That was
Thanks,
her first
Carrie Ann. Thanks for fucking giving us the score she deserved. I don't know. Carrie Ann just seemed hard on her this year, and she was always so sweet to her, but I don't know.
Her scores were hard. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, I think it's what you said. Pasha maybe is just not great at choreographing the jive, because like this foxtrot was perfect. The choreography
he's always done good at the foxtrots. He's always done good at like I think like the waltzes, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like I love that for him, and I really like Pasha. So let's get to so Stevie. So they have everybody lined up, and they say and so this is what I thought was going to happen. I thought that like Charity and Allison would be in the bottom 2, and I was teetering between if I wanted Charity to go home just because every single week is the same, and you know, I love seeing Allison's growth, and like I don't know, I just love Allison so much. Or Allison going home, and obviously, you know, having Jason, Ariana, and Sochi there. Well, my heart fucking dropped
Dropped.
when the first person saved was Allison and
Allison.
Sasha.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, oh my God, either Jason or Charity's going home.
Yep.
But then they called Jason.
Jason.
I was like, oh my God, Charity's
God,
definitely
they're
going
going
home.
home.
Charity's definitely going home. And then they called
Oh, Charity.
And then so it's between Ariana and Sochi, and I am crying. I am screaming at the TV. Sochi's crying. Ariana is about to have a fucking mental breakdown. Like, I saw it. I was like, girl, hold it together. Hold it together. I was like, and I was freaking out. I was like, I don't want either of these people to go home. I'm pissed at this point.
Yes.
And then Julianne
Yeah.
and Alfonso say nobody's going home. The first time in Dancing with the Stars history, there's going to be 5 people in the finals. I don't know why. I don't know if Ariana and Sochi maybe had like the lowest scores, but they were like, we can't send them home. Like, there will be a riot.
Yes.
Or if Allison was actually in the bottom and they were like, we can't send her home or there will be a riot. So I think they're just avoiding the riot.
Yeah,
maybe. And having all 5 in there.
I because everybody seems generally confused. Even Julianne Hough was reading off of her her note cards like it seemed like she was really crazy, like whatever. So I agree. I think that it was a split second decision because when it came down to either Ariana or Sochi going home, they were like, these are the 2 best dancers in the competition.
Yeah, like we are going to lose viewers
if we send these guys home. But with that being said,
it's America voting.
It's America voting. So I don't know. I don't know if this was pre-planned. Having 5 people in the finale, it sort of just seems like, yes, there'll be a winner, but it also seems like, does the winning really matter as much with there's still a third of the people who you started with in the competition?
Yeah, I feel you. And really, it monetarily, if you make it to the finals, like you've won monetarily wise. Like the winner doesn't make any more than anybody else that made it to the finals. The winner just gets the recognition of being first and the first ever Len Goodman Mirrorball trophy. So really everybody that's made it to the finals has won in a way. And we've always said that, like, oh my God, like if you could just make it to the finals and you get to do every single dance in the competition, like that's a win. That's fun. You make it to the freestyle, you do all this. So yeah, 5 seems a little crowded, but you know what? I'm happy they made the decision because I think Charity's freestyle could be fun. I'm assuming she'll do like some cool like
tricks.
Like, you know, they can bring other troupe members in and stuff like that. So I'm sure she'll be flying in the air doing fucking, because when she flew in the air during that group dance and I mean, that was freaking amazing.
Yeah.
So I'm sure she'll be thrown in the air and that will be really fun. What do you think everybody's freestyles are going to be like?
I think Ariana's is going to be, I think it's going to be more based in, because I think Pasha does really good at the ballroom dances. So I think that Ariana's is probably going to be rooted more in like a ballroom base. I think Jason's is definitely going to be like up, like quick, peppy, fun. Charity's is going to be, I don't know what Charity's is going to be because I don't know if they're going to try to like give it one more shot at like the emotion or if they're just going to go for like that fun. I think they're going to go for the fun, the flips, the group. For Charity,
like a more like cheerleader thing,
cheerleadery thing with for sure. Sochi, it's gonna be magic. Sochi's is gonna be pure fucking magic, and Allison, I honestly don't know what they're gonna do for Allison's because my favorite dance of Allison's was actually when she did her dance dedicated to her husband. I can't remember what style that was. Maybe it was a Viennese waltz or I can't remember, but I thought that was her best dance. Like her emotion, her lines were really sweet. Sometimes when she does like the jive or, you know, the tango or like other sort of harder dances, she's just so not harder in the sense of like harder, the dance is harder, but like the
Yeah.
attack is harder.
Yeah.
She gets too sort of jumpy. So I don't know, but I'm excited to see, man. I'm excited to see.
And I'm excited to see Mark and Charlie.
Yeah. I'm excited.
It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good.
Yep.
I'm really looking forward to it, but then I'm also sad. It's always bittersweet, the finale, because another season down.
Well, maybe we'll
But
get to
then
see
we
the
just
tour again this year, depending
I
on
really
where you
hope
live.
so.
And
That's the only thing, is I want to get tickets, but I think in Denver it's in March, and that's kind of I don't know. I don't want to get tickets and then
yeah,
not
well,
be
I mean,
here.
we'll wait, but we'll figure it out.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm so excited for the finals next week.
me
I
too.
wish we could talk about it for 1,000 more years, but I have to get to work.
I know.
So I love you so much, and I'll see everybody next week for the finals. And like, share, subscribe. Let us know what you thought. Did you like these dances? Which dances were your favorite? What do you think about this surprise finale ending? It's crazy. All right.
Yay.
Love you,
Okay,
Teal.
love you. Love you too,
Bye.
Stephen. Bye.
Eggs and bakey.